$17.8 million. That's how much this Rolex right behind me sold for at auction and changed how everyone views Rolex. Here's everything you need to know about the Rolex that they call the Paul Newman. In 2017, Paul Newman's personal Rolex went up for sale at auction. It wasn't covered in gold, it wasn't covered in diamonds, it was a steel sports Rolex Daytona. Here's the twist. This exact model was nicknamed the Paul Newman because he had one in his collection, but dealers couldn't give these watches away fast enough. It wasn't until collectors actually realized that Paul Newman really did wear his Rolex Daytona. It wasn't just a nickname, and it wasn't just a watch in his collection. He really loved that watch. This watch was actually gifted to Paul Newman by his wife, who engraved the back of this watch with something pretty cool. It says, "Drive carefully, me." Once collectors started realizing that Paul Newman wore his Daytona, these watches went from selling for a few thousand to a few $100,000 almost overnight. When his personal watch finally hit the auction blocks, it sold for $17.8 million, making it the world's most expensive Rolex ever sold, and changing the name of the game for the Rolex Daytona, otherwise known as the Paul Newman. Overnight, this watch became an instant success. If you like watch news, following watch content, or just learning a little bit more about watches every single day, give me a follow at Broadcasting Watches. I post new content on all of my channels every single day. Thanks so much for following and watching.